Hello, hello, hello. Much needed break, much needed rejuvenation. I want to wish everyone a very happy Aries new moon solar eclipse. We are truly like some 6 or 7 hours away from this astronomical event, this once in a lifetime vibe. Truly. Again, you guys know the deal. If you're very new here, I do this shit live and direct. We are going to literally just pick from this. This is not, and it really has nothing to do with anything. It's just to establish a rapport of trust. So you obviously know who this reading is about before I do. I've just been guided to kind of go with the flow of the energy. So the order in which these things are getting published and coming out have to do with essentially like if you can receive the energy and it would be beneficial before the astrological event, if you read it during the event, if you read it after, right? So it's all going to be happening in the same day, but bear with me and stay posted to the Tethered Studios channel to figure out if you have other placements or other readings that you'd be interested in that you might resonate with. They'll be there momentarily. So we're going to go ahead and start. We are going to do a crystal resonance deck to get an overall energy. And then, of course, we're going to be using the Aquarian Tarot to do some wonderful divinating. Okay, got everything reset. Let's go ahead and reset. I just took a really amazing walk and a wonderful shower. So whoever this is feeling like, woosah, like we're good. So feel free to close your eyes to breathe with me while I am just connecting. And it's been selected. It's been selected. Let's see what we got. Leo, big Leo up next. Very excited about that. I'm going to keep your energy here front and center, Leo. Again, happy, happy, happy. I just saw a little bit of a manifestation, so perhaps for Leo there's a little bit of a manifestation coming through. Manifestation that you willed your way to have, and that can be the high vibration or the low vibration, Leo. But again, something, I think the manifestations that's coming in, it has to do with things you claimed were your dreams. So that can be an amazing thing. If you're really in tune with yourself, if you really know what your dreams are, then manifesting can be like the best thing in the world, and vice versa. You know, if you're in a lower vibration or a lower timeline, dreams that we say we want or things we say we want to have manifesting can also be a worth nightmare. That's what I felt the need to channel. But again, the first card that Leo's going to be getting out, the overall message here is protection. Obsidian is the mineral kingdom and your higher self. So right off the bat, I'm getting a ton of downloads. Leo, Leo, Leo. I believe with this eclipse, what you're going to realize is being taken out, and what will be left, Spirit is now going to have to come in and do, is whether you were in alignment with this guidance, meaning you had been heating and moving with the astrological energy at this time, you've really connected with your higher self, and your higher self makes decisions that other aspects of yourself may not be making, but your higher self will always incite protection. So if you choose to follow your highest timeline, your highest path, your highest call, with that comes your natural divine protection. And only with going your higher self route do you get that. So perhaps that's the theme of this reading. Again, we haven't gotten any cards out, but again, I do just kind of get an intuitive message where a lot of Leos might be looking for like, how do I protect myself? How do I protect what I create? How do I protect the manifestations of my life? How do I protect my dreams? And it really would come back to there's nothing we can control. The only thing that gives you that divine immunity from darkness, from things that want to harm you, is living at your higher self. So again, off top, like I said, whether you're a high vibrational Leo at this time who's really embraced that, and then the true core essence of you is like literally free to like walk around with this eclipse, like just be your raw authentic self. This means that the Leo energy is like really truly at this time had the opportunity to be extremely healthy and to be extremely protected, to do the Leo lion roaring at this time. However, if you have not been coming from your higher self, it's looking like protection that was crucially needed has been forfeited. So let us tap in. Let us tap in. Let's tap in. Let's tap in. Thank you, Leo, again for being here with me. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Let's tap in. Yep. I see it already in the split, Leo. Is there a devil energy that you know that your higher self would be asking you to move away from? Empty cups. Again, 8 of cups are things that at this point you have filled up. So once you have, like, this is the thing. It's fine to give to energies, but we cannot continue. The only cups you should constantly be refilling is your own. Okay, so when you have surplus, right? Because the 8 of Cups talks about abundance. You're so emotionally abundant. This is when you could be like, you know what? I'm gonna bless you. I just made $3 million. I'm gonna give you 40,000 to help you pay for your surgery. But remember, with that much abundance, with that much excess, remember that your job, though, these people are also able. These are their cups. 444. I just saw. These people should also be able to fill up their own cups at the same time. And so we really need to be in alignment and to understand like, oh, okay, I'm getting it. God will ask me only when I have more than enough for myself to be in alignment with things that can make people do for themselves. So also a big thing about like when we are giving of our resources, of the things that we have, because we have given to ourselves first, the things that you give to others should also reverberate with the vibration and the frequency that you've given to them. So if you're giving somebody something because you're super abundant, they should be showing signs of living an abundant life. If you're giving to someone and their lifestyle does not change in terms of like, I'm not talking about money, cars, clothes, and hoes. I'm talking about their spiritual vitality, because this is intuition. This is pouring into someone at a spiritual level. This is not about the third dimension. This is not about like, I gave you hella money, why aren't you going and flipping it? Because their call is not your call. I feel the need to say that, Leo. When you help other people, just understand that your help is not also it's not going to turn them into you, right? You're not, because why would you want a bunch of people to be you? Because Leo always feels like, I'm boxed in, why is everybody copying me? Well, just make sure you're not giving out resources with the understanding and like holding people to some judgment that like, you should be doing what I'm doing because I helped you. Remember what resources are. You're giving someone a cup. You are giving someone, and a lot of times this goes to things that there is an inequality in the world. There is inequity in the world, right? There are people that are systemically disenfranchised for things. And so that's a great place within ourselves when we reach abundance to look within our communities at causes that matter to us, whatever they may be, and finding ways to solve problems. And so I think Leo's at that very big giving space. I think Leo's extremely abundant right now, but I think right now this eclipse is really going to take out the real thing that is keeping your assets from being protected. Because I think Leo's been trying to figure out and identify who, what, where, when, and why is like leaking or draining them or taking from their energy, or for some reason they have like this sort of 10 of Pentacles experience, but they aren't getting something from it. So I think Leo's going to be very surprised perhaps with the solar eclipse that like some of the things, if you had tapped in with your higher self, are going to reveal that some of the things that you really were pouring into are actually the things you need to be protected from, I heard. Interesting. Let's see what the first cards are. Exactly. These are the partnerships you should be looking for, Leo. If you have the money, right, the investment, you should be looking for people who create worlds, meaning they aren't working in the realm of money. They're creating worlds. They're working on creative directing things, or vice versa. If you are being really supported to create and direct the whole picture, some new universe, you would be looking for people to invest. That's the partnerships Leo should be in with this eclipse. That's what's happening. Because at this time, Spirit is trying to move you forward. If you connect with your higher self, Spirit is trying to move you forward, because I think Leo thought like a proper partnership is like people who do the exact same thing, but that's actually opposite. So especially in the age of the patriarchy, where it's like we think that matching masculine with masculine is the best way to like do things. We need the balance of both. And so I feel like these are two different, this is a feminine energy and a masculine energy. So you really need to realize that if there are things that you feel like are going unprotected, like things are like there are bugs, things that are falling apart, things that aren't working out, you might want to look at the dynamic. Are you both showing up trying to play the same role? Are you both trying to give money to it, or are you both trying to direct where it goes? Because you need that sort of collaboration. You need these composite parts. You need to be able to be one person, it's because I think the thing with Leo is it's about settling in. When we follow our highest calling, we don't do everything. We are called to play our individual authentic part, our individual authentic role within the picture. And so a lot of times with our Leo collective, I think there can be a bit of an issue with moments when we're all grouped on a boat and we don't realize like it's just, especially like I said, because boats are, when God has like moving the collective from one shore to another, like when we're like right now when we're all ascending, everybody needs to really be very clear on what they need to do. And if everybody is trying to row at their own will, and not everybody's trying to take care of people or food or ration food or support and clean or whatever the case may be, like if different roles aren't happening to make a symbiosis, then I'm just getting that there can also really be a clash, if you will. And I think, again, because your higher self would naturally protect you, so when you're in your higher self, you don't have to like be defensive. If you really are living your highest timeline, and that's another message I hear for Leos, I'm just getting all of these initial downloads off the top. If you were in your highest self, there would be nothing that you have to protect. The protection is like an immunity. You don't actually have to spend time in defense. So when you're in your higher self, you can almost walk around bare, open, vulnerable, whatever the case may be. Because I have a feeling like Leo is really interested in protecting something they've created that they're trying to get equal like investment into. But I'm curious to see as we keep going how this has been assembled, because if it's been done, like I said, in the highest vibration, this is looking like something you built. The girls are walking something right in time, like with the cycle, because the Knight of Pentacles, yes, he moves very methodically. It's not even slow. He just moves at the like he moves at an equal pace. Like a Knight of Pentacles is going to be like, if it takes 30 miles to get somewhere, they're going the same 60 miles the entire way, right? That's the only thing. It doesn't even mean it's slow, right? 60 miles isn't necessarily slow, but they're going to do it the same way. They're going to ration it up evenly. So they're going to go methodically at the same pace. And so that's kind of what's happening here, is like, I think some of this has to do with, you know, I think maybe even Leos were like creating worlds. And I think maybe you were thinking like, oh, this isn't being protected because it's not flourishing. And I also hear another side that it's like, actually, Leo, the real truth was like, it was just a timing thing. It's just a divine timing thing. It's just how long it's supposed to take for these things to come in. So again, Leo's in this suspended sort of surrender state with the rest of the collective, because we're all on the boat right now. But I think also, like, again, low vibrational Leo, if we're all on the boat and we're all surrendering, like there's a sense of like maybe Leo was like trying to protect themselves from other people, and you don't realize that if everyone that you're with, like anyone who gets grouped with you 1111 on a boat, they are, it's orchestrated by the divine. So the people that you're around right now, you don't need to be like, because God has actually assembled this divinely. God has actually decided that you guys should be in the boat together because it would work. It would work in terms of if you all have to surrender, it's simpatico. So I think so. The other thing that I'm just saying is like, you have to recognize, Leo, that like the people you're in the boat with also want this for themselves too. That might be why you're in the boat. It may not be that you're meant to help each other with it, but maybe you are all seeking the same thing. So again, this is about really seeing unity right now. We really need our heart chakra, Leo collective, to really be in the unity consciousness at this time. I knew it was going to come out. I knew it was going to come out. Leo, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Because Leo, the next card that came out is going to be the Three of Swords, right? Which is the initiation, where we understand like this truth. If you actually just let it pierce you, you would see it doesn't hurt you. I'm really seeing that like, I keep getting this energy of like everyone's copying me, or everybody's trying to take from me, and it's kind of manifesting as a low vibrational jealousy frequency, because to be trying to administer the Three of Swords to this is like my bride card. This is like the energy when like maybe Leo right now is creating a world, but they're around or surrendering around people who have something very different than you. Like you're building a world and looking for money to come in, and that's great. That's your path. But I think that Leo is getting caught right now, because if you are at all sending this to someone else who is maybe right now, say this is like, you're busy in your career, you're getting ducats, you're building real estate, you're buying land, things like that, right? These are just examples by spirit. And the person that you're grouped in a boat with is not on that path at all. They're actually like, they don't have any of the things you have, but they are married, and maybe say you're single, right? And this is Leo feeling like they have to send this energy to this person. And it's coming from what I'm seeing from spirit, is it's coming from a place of not recognizing that maybe they're not on your path, and that you don't have to incite this type of painful truth, because there's nothing painful to it. Like you can just stab and knife someone, but at the end of the day, like I feel like this energy, this Queen of Cups, is like so open and so vulnerable, and just moving more so from an intuitive space, that it's going to kind of look at you like, well, okay, but I mean, we are literally just assigned to do different things. This is also Leo learning not to be threatened by things that they actually want. Because I think a lot of times when we talk about the vibration of Leo, you have to understand that like you want to make sure you are aware that you are on the assignment that you're on based on what is needed for your soul at any time. So again, like I said, connecting with our higher self can really protect us from doing things or catching karma, doing things, from making mistakes. Because I also feel like, Leo, you are heart driven. The other thing I want to say is, Leo, if you are deeply committing to something that you know hurts how you feel, this eclipse is about to take that out. Because I get it. You really want to build a world. Because I feel like this is Leo making partnerships out of security. Feeling like the best partnerships are the ones that just provide some sort of stability. Because I'm feeling like my Leo collective needed to be protective. You're our heart chakra, which means you are open-hearted all the time. Which means like you probably know more than anybody else what it feels like to get your heart burned, right? And so because maybe Leo has been wounded in certain ways, the most attractive thing to you in this past cycle, since the last time I talked to you 6 months ago, was picking a partner that would just like not like keep you literally, I'm just hearing like keep you stable, right? But if we talk about like who would be worth like a high level like union, like a divine union, baby, the, the thing that they are is love to you. They mirror your love. It's not even about stability. Of course, all of these things happen, but like even when you're in a divine union, like you could be in an unstable era. You could be a mess and they'll just reflect that. So it's not actually one thing. And I think that's what Leo's learning right now is that like the truth about what I need to do with this partnership, this commitment that I've made, this world that I created, because obviously I just wanted to protect myself. I just don't want to be vulnerable, is that this is still not going to be any more true. It's still not going to be the person that you authentically love, because this wells up from, this is a Kundalini rising. Okay, we've got Lilith and Scorpio that just happened for right now when I'm filming this. We've got this eclipse that's about to take out this. So I just think Leo needs to be prepared that if there is literally things that you are committing to, right? Because this is the face of someone, Leo. This is the face of someone that you've committed to because you don't want to be hurt no more. You thought this person could never hurt you. I feel like the opposite is about to be attracted because per the law of attraction. If your focus in going into partnership is to find someone and attract someone that will not hurt you, the not is not what people see. The universe responds to the fact that you're focusing on hurt. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt. They don't hear the don't want. They just see hurt, 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 hurt. And subconsciously, I think Leo has actually like locked in a crazy way in the past cycle. To something, and I'm getting like extreme, like I'm getting like some Leos out there. It's like, did you guys go get married on the low? Did you really like just lock this person in? Like, again, remember Leo, like you're open-hearted because there's something about this that feels very like covert, not overt, very covert. Like this is like I have a wound and it drove me to do something and lock in with something very quickly, or not even just quick. It's not even just about how it was quickly. It's like, when you get. If like say you're a married person, this happens with my husband. Usually when there's things that he knows, I would be like, that's probably not a good idea. You're going to hurt yourself. Like if it's a self-sabotaging behavior, like texting that person back is like going to hurt you. But he gets a text from somebody, let's say, and like he knows the best thing to do is just like not reply, let's say. If he knows that like, I would say, if he was like, if I ask Alexis first, what do you think I should do? And he knows I'm going to say no. This is the kind of thing where it's like, I'm not going to ask what people think about this because I already know. They'd be like, girl, that is toxic. Why would you do that? That's what I feel like Leo is going through, where it's like, I didn't really ask because I knew people were going to say object. And that's tricky because that still comes from a self-sabotage. Like when we want to enable ourselves to sabotage ourselves, like, maybe ask for a second opinion, or even better, go touch some grass. Like literally go take a lap, go take some outdoor time, go take a walk before you commit to this, because this is like going with a plan that you really don't want somebody to have chime in on, because it's like you literally know what they're going to say. You literally know what they're going to do, and what they're going to say is telling you probably to like slow down or like think this through. And so this is like a trait of Leo that's getting removed with this eclipse, where it's like there's no more going to be this like enabling yourself, Leo, to just do things that like are objectionable to your overall health and well-being. Just want to get that out there. Sending love and light. Okay. Oh, okay. Because on Judgment Day, which is the frequencies that we're in right now, right? When the bell rings, when the whistle rings, when it's like chefs drop your utensils, there's all this manifestation that's going to be moving so fast. Like, I don't think people understand that eclipse take things out of the way. And like, we're about to end a 2-year cycle on the Aries Libra eclipse. And so when that leaves, I want you to know you will very much be left with your empire. So on the higher cause, like I said, if you're building a world and you're going through this cycle and you're letting go of like hurt and you're acknowledging what does and doesn't actually hurt you, if you're on the highest call after this eclipse, Leo, it's looking like you're going to be really protected to just go straight forward. Like, you're going to realize that, like, if you didn't do too much, because again, you can just have awareness of this. You can have awareness that like, really my goal was just to like build my future, and like maybe getting involved in love isn't a priority to me. That's what I'm saying. This is about like not always being in a comparative sort of jealousy frequency, or like looking at where you stack up frequency, because if you are always in that place, you're going to cause yourself hurt. Like, you're already doing something solid, Leo. You're already building a universe of your own. But I think when we compare, or we're just like looking at what other people are doing, they're doing what you're doing. They're building their own universe. So I just think that like you can get wrangled up at this time, or in the last 6 months, you could have gotten wrangled up in like things that like probably just would be like painful situations, could have just caused pain, when realistically, if you just it's not even just avoid, but it's like if you just don't participate in like the comparison because you are aware, your higher self, what you're meant to do is protected. No one else does it. No one else is Leo. No one else is you. No one else has your gift, your talents, your abilities, your connection. Nobody else has it. So you don't have to worry about that. It's already protected. But I have a feeling like Leos were going out of their way to like try to protect something and fight. And it's just interesting because like I think you were thinking that it, again, I think Leos are also coming into a literacy about the universe. Like there's a lot of my Leos that are finally tapping into like celestial movements, larger thematics, realizing that the unfortunately the Gregorian calendar really throws us all off, but we are actually in the cycle of seasons and God really does move in seasons. And so you realize, Leo, like, because I think you're so like, I'm the main character, I am the star, which you are, but I think even the main character has to wait till it's time for the play to be shown on Broadway. It's not just like, I got my lines down, let's go. And I think Leo's always so used to like, when I'm ready for something, it's time for me to have it. And you have to have a little more respect for like the divine. Like we get you're the king of the jungle, but like the jungle is a whole ecosystem with tons of sentient beings and living species within it. And this planet belongs to all of them just as much as it does you. So I think sometimes like when we internalize that like we're being held back, we start like throwing a fit or thinking like, I guess my visions aren't protected, or I guess I need to start defending myself, or I need to start doing something. And you're about to see with this eclipse, like it's gonna be like, this is like off to the races. Do you see this? Like the horses are like, it's gonna come right to you. Like I think too, there's a lot of Leos that are gonna realize like, oh shit, I just got a fat bag after this eclipse. Like after this cycle ended on the 29th, like I literally just got the fattest bag ever. And I think that it's because you did the work. Like you built the universe and there's investors walking right up to it. But I think that all that extra stuff could also be like just on top of it. This is one of those moments where Spirit's like, you really, karma has been reset. So like you really don't need to go fight somebody right now. That's like my biggest, like, Leo, you don't have to do that because you're not under attack. Yes, we are all like bumping elbows because we all are on a boat trying to ascend to the new earth paradigm. But when it docks, when it's time for us to all get off, if you're not aware that that's what we're all doing, you might have been starting little karmic contracts that, again, just like you don't want to affect how fast moving, straightforward, and beautiful all this magic and all this alchemy is that's on its way to you. Because these are things that are going to fertilize your empire. You have an empire. I just want Leo to realize, like, sometimes I think Leos too don't realize you don't need to be fucking with slugs. You are like, you run the empire. You are the king of the jungle. You run the whole thing. So sometimes I think it comes from a self-worth thing. I think when Leo's like always on top, the isolation of that, or sometimes we can fall into just like wanting mental stimulation, like wanting some sort of a mental and emotional stimulation. Like in the end, I think you're going to realize that's all that stuff of the last 6 months really did was just like fucking with people for no reason, when like really your intent is just in the end to like get something out of this. And maybe you're just like an impatient Leo, or maybe you're just like, I can't sit down, I'm just fire, I'm just this amazing fire, so I just, whatever. And so again, Leo, this is that energy where it's like you literally, like, it's about to be very straightforward. Like once this eclipse takes out this sort of whatever is not the authentic truth for you, I think it's just going to leave you with the empire you've actually built, for good or for bad, for like the high vibration or the low vibration is up to you. Exactly. And this is beautiful because we're going to bring it right back up. Like, again, like I said, in the recent past, Leo, if you're the high vibrational Leo, you were in the boat with all these monkeys and you literally just stayed focused. If you were a Leo that literally stayed focused on your craft and you were about to come out as a star, you were not only on that boat, like your morality, like you just taking the high road, you just like not fucking with other people, like you just going back and just focusing on you is the reason that you always feel like a sweet apology. You always feel like an open heart. Like anytime people hear from Leo, the Leos that I'm reading for, it's like, I don't do anything but like stack my bread and like mind my business and like give back. And you have time for all of that when you're focused on yourself. You get what I'm saying? And I know there was a lot of people that wanted you to like egg you on and shit. I'm getting like people were making up fake shit. They were talking about, oh, come on, Leo, trying to get you out the house, trying to get you out your suit. Leo was like, nah. And I believe that's why you're about to come out as the star. Because as soon as that boat docked, because I'm telling you, this is also a message I'm hearing for Leo. The crap that you went through on a mental plane, the fake heartbreak that these darker energies, these dark entities, like I said, these like, I think there's like a commitment that was trying to get you to do something that would be self-sabotage. And like I said, there may be some Leos that did lock in, and the frequency I was feeling was like, God's got you, the protection's got you. If you seek the protection, it will come back to you, no matter how sticky of a situation you've gotten yourself in. But for the most part, I'm seeing that there's a lot of Leos that like, it was just hard. Like, I know this feeling because I'm connecting with this from like my part of fortune. Like, I'm about to get my fortune right now, and a lot of bitches have really dragged me out my bed to try to fucking fight me for it. And at the end of the day, it's like the best thing I can do is be like, anyways, I have a business to run. Anyways, I got to get these Aries solar eclipse fucking readings out. I can't deal with you girls right now. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about this coming to me. I'm worried about my renewal at an emotional level. I can't fumble the bag. And I really want to say, like, Leo was like, I'm sorry, babe, but I can't fumble the bag. I can't, I'm building a universe. I can't date. I can't. That's what I'm saying. For my highest vibrational Leos, you were given a choice. We need you to discern. Should I commit to this partner that's trying to tell me to do this right now? If I'm going to be very honest with you, Leo, the last 6 months was not a partnership era for you. It was a set you up to be a star era. No shade, no tea. It wasn't, your focus was not on this. So because the truth is, this would mirror you. So if someone is coming up trying to ask you to give them 6 of Cups, which is like a soul contract essentially with someone, then the thing is like, they shouldn't be someone who isn't where you are. Because again, remember we talked about how these people, they're matching, but they're playing different roles. When you really want like this soulmate energy, you have to understand that there's not going to be half. Like, it's not going to be like, you play that part and I play this part in practice. When you're trying to achieve a common goal, it's important to know that like people aren't doing what you're doing, so you don't have to pay attention to that. But when it comes to like your love and partnerships, like, you want to make sure though that like they have all parts of themselves, that they're whole, right? And that we're not, because I think sometimes the only time when people would pressure you into like fast-paced committing, like times where they're like, marry me, lock in, do this, is when they don't want to give you time. Like, the person that's for you, I'm hearing, would give you the time to really make, because the thing is, if they're really for you, you would have made the decision to come towards them either way. Just, why can't you respect like my timing, my cycle, how I want to give to you, right? This is like, I'm just getting like, like a man was going to propose to this woman either way, but it's like they've like rushed it, or they wanted you to do this, and it kind of gave like a red flag energy, because it's like, I just want to make sure that I have all of this, and I feel like just starting drama or whatever when it was already destiny is like, that would be a red flag to Leo. You get what I'm saying? It would be the type of thing that says you're not ready for it. So I think Leo is in that discerning place, right? Where it's like, I know you want this badly. I know you want me to give the investment for the world you've created, or I know you think like I've created a world, so you really want to give to me right now and make me stable. But at the same time, I am allowed to have a process. I'm not just someone to link up with because I'm so abundant and amorous and Leo. You get what I'm saying? It's not just like whatever. So you just need to know that like love is patient. Love is like very like kind. There's not really anything to do other than be in love. So if someone is trying to come up with you with a love offer, like a partnership offer, I just want you to remember that there shouldn't really be any like, if it's not a good time for you, then that's what a relationship is. It's two energy, 2 or more energies, whatever, right? It's like, it's not just one person. So it shouldn't just be like, I'm ready to do this now. Are you ready to lock it in? Because I'm ready to do this now. And what if your answer is no? You just need the space to be like, can I do this when it's a good time for me? Because I feel like there's a lot of frequencies going on with this Leo reading, but I already know Spirit's like, it's hitting for the girls. You don't even got to say too much. Sheesh. Leo, okay, I'm gonna tell you something that you hate, but I'm gonna keep it real with you because I know you girls are rich as fuck. Baby, I'm gonna tell you something. Have you ever considered that people are really trying to rush you and everything that's connected to you because they know you're about to be rich as fuck? Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered, Leo, that people, when you get major fucking divine payouts, Ace of Pentacles, you don't think somebody want to be a part of that? Because the thing is whenever this hits the 3rd dimension, it comes from your spiritual bank. Anytime the divine blesses you with something 3rd dimensionally, a house, cars, clothes, hoes, contracts, whatever. Anytime you get that, guess what, baby? Consciousness is something that you can't see with the 3rd eye. Consciousness is something that you got to look with your 3rd eye. To know how conscious somebody else is, you got to really be seeing. So there are people that you wouldn't expect that are they're on the ethers looking at what everybody got. Because everybody's bushes, the amount of abundance, your birthright that you have, Leo, because you incarnated as a Leo, is massive. So again, Leo, I know you may have gone through it may not have even felt painful, but perhaps this eclipse is going to trigger the pain of realizing some people's intention was like, oh shit, like my bad for not being on this consciousness journey, because I couldn't tell where the red flag was with this person. But I think it's because they were actually really conscious, and maybe I wasn't like even paying attention to them. I think these are like peripheral people who know a lot about you because you're Leo. Like this is the type of person that's like, Leo is famous, so they know about you, but maybe you don't even know like how these people were plotting on you, just because maybe parts of your life are more public or more out in the open. And so you weren't even thinking, because I just get that Leo was, you're in the past, you weren't even looking. And so I don't think you realize how people like manipulate and plot on you based on when they can tell God's about to dispense your money. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody can tell when you're cooking up in the lab, Leo. They can tell. And I just have a feeling like a lot of these bitches trying to put pressure on you. And I'm out there and I'm holding space for any Leos that like actually like fell for that and felt pressured and felt pushed and committed to something. Because I hate to break it to you, but this eclipse is about to knock it out. And it's for your betterment. It's good for you, because these people are awful. The person that would get taken out was like a demon, was plotting on you. Like it's like you should have, like your higher self would have protected you from them if you were in your higher self. So for any Leos, if you know any Leo placements that are locked into something that's like crazy, this eclipse is about to show you the crazy for real, but you're still going to be protected for it. You don't lose protection. It's just that you have to understand that like you might feel the reverberations of how this is being ripped from you, because just know it's not by accident. It's the divine being like, they only wanted you because of the fucking bag that you're about to get. And Leo doesn't need that. Leo's like way too vulnerable and open-hearted, and you won't change yourself for anyone. We already talked about that. Like Leo's not like, you're not going to close your heart off just because somebody's a bitch. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. You're never going to stop giving to the people you love without fucking even thinking twice about it. So you really just, you need the divine a lot, because Leo, baby, to be the king of the jungle, the queen of the jungle, to be the royalty of the room, you really, like, at the end of the day, like you really need somebody else to do that. Like defer that to like Archangel Michael. Like you go slay them niggas for me, because I'm a Leo. I don't have the time right now to be like, we don't need our heart to just be spending all day fighting, protecting itself. Let the divine protect you. You just have to tap into your higher self, because like I said, I think the way that these people could connect to you or get to you is maybe when you're not thinking about God's plan and you're thinking about like DIYing this stuff. Because again, we talked about the low vibration of Leo is like, if you have to remember, even if you're the king of the jungle, you were chosen by God to play that role. Like that's something that was designed for you. It's not even something you're doing. So a lot of Leos with their ego, that can be a problem. It's something that you really have to work with as a Leo energy, because it can feel like you have all this power, you have all this amorous energy, you get all this shit. Like everybody fucking loves a Leo. What? Are you kidding me? So it's like, it's kind of hard to not feel like I'm really doing this. I'm really eating the girls. I'm really busting it down. And so I think sometimes that realization that like, I'm just fortunate to get to play this part, right? Because some bitches have to play the villain, right? Leo's never got to play the villain. You get to play the fucking star of the show. So of course, when you get to play the star of the show, it's easy to fucking get too in the flesh suit and not enough in your spirit and think like, oh, I am this shit. Like I'm the most important, I'm the moment, I'm the most important person. Like I want to be the best. I want to be on top. But remember with Leos, we don't want to get too into the third dimension, because all of this is an illusion. And so I feel like Judgment Day might really like make you feel like, oh shit, did I just like deeply commit to something that's like dark? Another thing, like, yeah, like old world structures that are falling, like Leo, just because you're the star, you don't get a free pass to just like run to the old world and like start some old fucking slavery cycle. Like that's not going to work well for you, because it's the age of the Aquarian. So we're not doing age of Pisces shit anymore. So it's just more things to think about, because again, what's coming in your recent path, nobody has gotten this, Leo. You are about to get a huge payout, a payout that's coming from Tethered to Malkut, right? It's coming down your tree of life. And I just don't think you're aware that like, if you were too in the third dimension, if you were too materialistic at this time, if you're too worried about material gains, when this spiritual abundance gets inherited, you've been played, because you probably committed to something you didn't need to commit to. In fact, Spirit was trying to protect you from. And so then the judgment's going to call that like, we need like support, angelic support, alchemy, like because I don't think you would have wanted your alchemy to go towards building the shit that you're in a toxic partnership with up, because it is supposed to go to this, but this can be diminished instantly if all of this energy that took so long in this last 6 months for you to rev up actually gets baited out by this fake little, these people. Again, shout out to Drake, bro. It's just like small fish making kids feel emotions. That's what I heard. It's like, just don't get distraught. Don't get, Leo, you're bigger. That's just the whole message is like, you're way too massive to even entertain persnickety bitches. Like, you don't eat this. This is like Leo. Leos don't need to be around losers. It's never a good look because it makes you look really easy, like an easy target. Like when you hang around bums and bitches and losers, and because you'll never be that. It's not possible for you to be that. So it's like if you're really doing that shit on the day to day, it's just like open target on your back, and then you spend all your time. You ever seen a lion get attacked? It's just like, it's awful, it's sad, it's horrible, and we don't need that because you are a collective heartbeat. We need the Leos to be good. We told you that. So, don't let small fish make you feel emotions and then make you commit, because again, you need to save this for when it's time for that. You know what I'm saying? You need to save this emotional give and take for when it's time for that. And this needs to be protected by your spiritual truth. The only time you'll ever feel a ten of cups is when it's true for you, right? There's no such thing as just like, maybe that's why I'm thinking Drake, he's also a Leo rising, but it's like the type of thing where it's like, I think you learn that cycle. I think you learn that like, this isn't something that you can get. This isn't just like, if I'm in a relationship long enough, I'll get the 10 of cups. You realize the 10 of cups is actually about mirror. It's about when like even a marriage, right? A marriage is only impressive because it's supposed to be, oh shit, I found the person the universe designed as the perfect composite for me. That's why our shit is synced up. That's when you're supposed to be like, let's go get married. Let's claim that we know this. It's supposed to be a spiritual initiation. It happens on a higher ether. You're supposed to be connected to this person on every ether. And right now, obviously the culture, especially in the globalized West, is the opposite of that. They just think like they promote it as like something to do. Girl, you don't need to do anything in this life. And so not everybody's path is like marriage, and especially because you don't even know how you would be able to identify that. And you only can identify something like that through your higher self, through your spiritual truth. So again, if you Leo are at this place where, if for my high vibrational Leos, if you're really in your spiritual truth right now, you are like staring in the face someone else who matches your spiritual truth. So congratulations to you, because you're about to have the fucking best. And it's probably because in the last 6 months you didn't let these small fish, because I think when you get this, it makes you feel a huge emotion. First of all, it backs you up spiritually, but it also makes you feel like that's the full spectrum I deserved. So I feel like there's a lot of high vibrational Leos that are like, oh shit, good thing that when I got this little test within the last 6 months, I didn't actually let these people who just make me feel emotions, like knowing that a wife or a husband or like someone, like a high level divine union is not going to feel the same as like a Tinder date. It's not going to feel the same as a fan. It's not going to feel the same as fucking a fan, like as it would. Because like Leo, that's probably what you're doing, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not going to be the same as like a fucking major artist just settling for some fucking person who's like a fan of you, when you could have someone who's just like you. And then you actually get to share, because I think that's what Leo wants. You've already gone through, everybody admires you. So that shouldn't even impress you anymore. Like, people admiring you, shocker, shocker. Of course not, you're perfect. People admiring you, like, it doesn't matter. So what you really want is to go find that mirrored perfection. Go find yourself. Go find who you are in someone else. Truly. Go find because I think the thing that sucks is like, Leos are like giant artists. They're like really successful. Like they do all this successful shit, right? And it's like the type of thing where it's like, I think you'd be missing out on a very big portion of connection if you deeply commit to contracts, partnerships, family dynamics, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. If you commit to these types of things that don't understand or they can't relate to you. So if there's like people who can't relate to like what you govern, like big aspects of like all the responsibility you have, then that relationship is going to be super unfulfilling, because you're always just going to feel shut down. You're always going to feel shut down. You're always going to feel like, God, it's like, I'm good on the top actually tonight. I'm going to go to bed because I can never have a fucking conversation with you. You'll never know what it's like to run businesses. You'll never know what it's like to own properties. You'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leo's got that kind of path, even whether you have that right now or not. Like, that's what you're set up for, this very big greatness. And I just feel like when you're with people who are just like in awe of your greatness and just want a piece of it rather than like are that themselves, you just miss out. Because like I said, like, for example, I'm an artist, and so like not being married to another artist would be very difficult for me, because the artistry of my life, it's a lifestyle for me. So there's so much they would miss out on. Like, I don't really know how you girls do it when it's like, my husband is opposite of me, he doesn't do any of the things that it's like, I don't know. Because for me, it is kind of a deal breaker where it's like if I don't have an artist, not just another artist, but an artist also the same caliber of me, because I also think of myself as a certain caliber of intellectual, right? So if I didn't have that in my union, I just know that I would have been settling, or I would have known that I literally just, like I said, small fish making kids feel emotions type of shit. Like that's what that was. So I think you either passed that with flying color, and now as soon as this eclipse comes and goes, you're about to see firsthand, bro. This shit is about to explode. The alchemy plus this giant, this is like the fucking best gift, because I think Leo too. Leo's already got tons of money. Like I said, it's on the way, right? It's like on your path, 3939. But this is actually like the type of offer from spirit. Like I said, it's hard. Like Leo would be the type of person, like, what do you get the person for fucking Hanukkah who has it all? Like, what do you get somebody for Christmas who like is rich as fuck? We don't even know. But Leo, when you meet your match that spirit has ready for you with this eclipse, that's going to be left revealed once everyone else gets taken out of the way after this eclipse, they're going to have an offer for you that finally, because there's no other distractions, that feels like, oh shit, back to that beginning. They are who I was looking for. They are good. Like, because again, Leo's like, I'm usually the investor, but whoa, this person's bigger than me. Like, dang, now that is cool. They have even more than I've got. They're going to have even more than I've got. And I would be very interested because for once I can receive. I think Leo's like really, like, it's a masculine energy. Is like really ready to receive, because of course, that's what I'm saying. Spirit was like, if you're trying to discern, remember at the top of this Two of Swords, if you're trying to discern who your Six of Cups is, it's the person that you could build with. Like build a prototype with. Like immediately first date, we just sat down and we got started spitballing, because it's like the energy flows that much. It was like me, them, and spirit. Like that's how you know that's the partner to invest in. Not someone that's just enamored by how much fucking shit on astral you have that's gonna come down eventually. Because that's a bum. That's a bum. And I think, Leo, you were always really scared, I think, of like spiritual truth, because again, like, oh, Leo's a good time. Like Leos are spirit. Like they literally are spirit. Like they like are like they are the way that like divinity comes in. So Leos don't really want to, like, they're not trying to talk all day about, they're not even trying to talk. They're in, like, the thing is, it's not even about whether you guys talk about spirituality. Like you are, like, your spirituality is embodied. So when it's embodied, sometimes I think you can fear what it's like to have to make spiritually discerning decisions. But in this case, not choosing to engage your higher self means you would be forfeiting your protection again. So if you feel like, oh, it's so corny, like having to cut somebody, like, because again, like Leo's just trying to have a good time. You're like, I'm getting Drake frequencies. It's like you're not trying to do a rap beef. You're trying to get the party lit. But like the Queen of Swords is definitely going to like discern and protect herself. She's definitely going to be like, no, baby, you can't come over here. Like sometimes you gotta let the chopper sing. And I think Leos just hate having to like set a boundary. Sometimes they hate, because it's so like, God, why would you, because it means whenever we have to set a boundary, unfortunately sometimes it does mean that people, it's because like a lot of times like people are triggering it, so it's not always fun. Or maybe we fear like, I gotta tell this friend like they're mooching off of me, or I don't know how to tell this person there. And I think that's what you fear, like especially if you're one of those Leos that did actually commit to these like small fish that were just like making you like just titillating your emotions, like playing with your heart. They're not even giving you anything, they're just like fucking entertaining you mentally or stimulating like nothing. If you did that, I think it was because you still struggle or you still have fear of your own success. This partner represented from the last 6 month cycle, specifically the one that was being highlighted, they represented your fear of your own success. Why the fuck should you fear success if it's meant for you? You got to get over that, babes. We got to face that, babes. We've got to, because you're going to be successful. You're literally going to be successful. It's not even like shocking. Like if you know astrology, the axis that with the 2 year cycle we're closing out was the Libra Aries axis. So it is about me and we. So of course it's no shock that a lot of these messages are really talking about how to attune to true love. And Leo, thank God for whatever leaves your life, whatever partner, even if it's messy, even if you went and married this fucking small fish who was using you for cash, even if you fucking made that mistake, bruv, it doesn't matter. Let God blow it up, because look at your outcome. Look at your outcome. It is only getting blown up, because I'm not even talking about you're gonna have to wait. I'm talking about congratulations. This partnership is ready for you. It's literally ready for you. This person is for you. They're ready for you. They match you. You are ready for you. You already have the Ten of Cups. They also have it. They have it as well. They also got a big check from Spirit. They have it as well. That's why when I said I feel like you're about to come into somebody that as soon as you meet them, it's like when I hang out with these bitches, it's just like a bad vibe. Like I don't even want to go out with this hoe. Like she gets on my nerves, right? That's the old group. That's the old group association. The new divine counterparts that you have, it's like 20 minutes and we already have a business plan written out. Like we're so simpatico, we already baked a cake together. Like we're so locked in. Like you've never experienced this because that's what the lovers will do. It's like it's the type of things that'll freak you out. It's the type of people that make you say I love you and you're like, why did I just say that? That's too fast. What? It's like, no, baby, that's a sign of victory. They make you feel that comfortable. They make you feel that safe because 444, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Excuse me, 4444 is what I should have said. Leo, you're there. You're there, like I said. So I think the only message that I would have for Leos is you do need to brace yourselves for my lower vibrational Leos that unfortunately created a karmic contract with someone. The good news is it's about to get blasted out, blown up to shreds. This Aries signature, it's a solar eclipse. It's about to get burnt up, like broke up, because this is protected. This coming to you in your near future is protected. Like it's protected with that's what the Spirit says. Spirit is like, I'll even let you fucking fake marry the bitches, but they can't have something that doesn't have their name on it. That's how spiritual law works. If your partner if you're a gold digger and you're looking to get into the purse of someone else and that you do not have that in spirit, in the age of the Aquarian, baby, they're not gonna be able to get it. They can't have it. You know what I'm saying? All these plotting ass baby mamas and baby daddies and stuff who's trying to, they can put a kid on you, they can do whatever, but they can't have it, bro. If it's not for them, they can only have what's literally for them. They might have a fucking Ace of Pentacles somewhere else, but it's not your Ace of Pentacles. So I just think that I needed to start this by saying the things that are from the higher dimension that come down to you in the third dimension, they're protected. So I think a lot of Leos are scared right now because they're like, oh shit, I feel this fucking eclipse energy revving up. I have fucked around and found out I am locked in with this person. What do? I'm like, well, it's a good thing it's eclipse season. These bitches are about to get blasted out, like, immediately. And the good news is you are, like, the most eligible bachelor. That's why you attract this instantly. Because you actually just got your Ace of Pentacles. You're already emotionally ready for a palace. You literally, like I said, Leos just spend all day thinking about, like, muses. They are waiting for it. But I think we just had to let the muses get into their star bag. As soon as they did, baby, you're about to see that your dream people, they always presented you with this. They're even coming in with this. I'm telling you, these people that are really meant for you, like your real soul tribe, Leo, your real gang, your real pack, your real wolf pack, that's who's about to come forward for you. And it's going to be a group of successful ass motherfuckers. Again, I was also thinking about Alex Consani. I just saw a quote from her today where she was like, bring back like packs of supermodels like from the 90s who used to all be friends together. That's what I feel like is coming. It's funny that these Leos are talking about like, oh man, I really want that. That's literally what's coming. That's literally what's coming for you. Is like, you're not even just going to be around like different types of people. Like your squad is about to be aces, nothing but aces, all locked in. So I'm really excited and be okay with that, because I think, you know, like I said, Leo, you're the only sign in the zodiac that kind of has that energy where you're just going to be like the main character. And I feel like, you know, especially, I mean, at least in the globalized West where I am from, born, raised, and the culture that I'm within, I mean, it just kind of sucks because you're definitely berated. Like, people hate on people who just have that as their birthright. Like, it's unfortunate that there's fucking hater-ass bitches out there who made you feel like, oh, damn, like, no. Because I think there's Leos there who are coming out of that cycle where it's like, no, I need to be like, you know, I need to be cool with everybody. Like, I need to be like a good person to everybody. But like, not only you can be bitchy, you can be whatever, you can be high boundaries, you can be whatever. Because I think when you get this crew that's really like soul tribe, like the divine gave it to you, you're gonna be like, I actually don't give a fuck. I really like, you're not even gonna care anymore. Because the things that are really for you, the people who match your success, I think you're just waiting for proof that like the people that are really for you match you, because you have a lot to lose. If you link up with people who don't got it, and especially if you already fucked around and accidentally got with the wrong person, you're kind of scarred from that. So you just want to make sure that the people that are coming around you show proof that they're meeting you at the top. And baby, your lover is about to meet you at the top. Love that for you, Leo. Happy solar eclipse. This is so exciting. This is like one of my favorite messages. I really hope I do it for you girls, because like I never feel like the Leo collective loves my vibes, but I like love your messages. Like always change my life, like seriously. So congratulations on being an icon. but your bitches are about to meet you at the top.